Hello, fantastic feeders. How are you doing? Are you ready to get your feet fantastic? Let me get all my buttons here. So today you are going to need a foam roller, or it's suggested you need a foam roller and a flat resistance band. It doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to get much out of it if we don't have it, but you're going to get more out of it. All right, so you're ready to go to the feet? Let's move the camera then. Oh, oops. Let's go that way. All right, so you're going to start off with your leg on top. So what the leg on top does is, one, it gives the heel freedom to move, and it also helps you control the knee, okay? So we're going to be very aware of this as we go through this. All right, so from here, toes are going to stay relaxed, okay? We worked on some of this, I believe, before. So toes are relaxed. We're working on disassociation. Things work that shouldn't work sometimes. So slowly, you're going to extend the ankle. So this is called plantar flexion. And then you're going to press through the heel, which is called dorsiflexion. Toes stay relaxed, right? So hopefully you've been practicing this. This is getting better. Okay, so you're warming up. So notice you also get a little bit of roll through the calf. You're going to get a little bit of fascial, myofascial release. So keeping the knees still. If your leg's flat on the ground, you can do it here, but you're going to get limited range of motion, and the knee's going to move just because of the muscles and the bones. So having that leg up is going to be better. So slowly reaching out and then slowly pressing through. Slowly reaching out and press through. All right, so hold it there. So we were working on just scrunch and release, right? Scrunch and release. So we're going to expand on this today. So it is going to be scrunch and release. Ooh, we need a better angle. There we go. Scrunch. Okay, so hopefully that's getting better. You're feeling it. You're making sure that that heel stays pressed out. That's part of it. All right, the fun begins. You're going to fan the toes down. So you can start from the pinky or from the big toe and then fan them up. Big toe down. Ugh. Sometimes it takes a few to get them going. So big toe down. Fan them. So instead of just crunch, crunch, you're intentionally trying to articulate the toes. Spread. Articulate the toes. Spread. Articulate. Yeah, this foot needs a little help right now, right? All right, so start from the pinky, start from the big toe. So again, ankle should be still. The foot can move some. Again, try to keep it minimal. So from here up may move because those are the bones that we are actually working here. Okay, there we go. We're starting to get into some more mobility here. Whoops, sorry. Woo, focusing on what my foot's doing and not the camera. Yeah, okay. Oh, that foot's tired. Let's try the other foot. Again, start off with moving from the heel. Knee stays quiet. Woo. You're going to point. You're going to flex. Press through the heel. Plantar flex, dorsiflex. So on that dorsiflex, this is working. On the plantar flex, your calves are working. The toes are relaxed. All right, keep that heel pressed out. You're going to scrunch and you're going to release. So see how my foot moves very differently from right to left. Okay, so this is the foot. I broke this toe, displaced spiral fracture, toe number 4. So I had to do a lot of this when I was first getting back to running or walking, much less running. And then you go into fanning. So again, notice better fanning. It just means I worked with it more. Okay, so start with the little toe and then start with the big toe. Yeah, it's a little complicated, right? All right, so again, working on mobility and intrinsic feet muscles. That's what we're doing there. All right, so we're back to, you've just done your rolling, you're rolling, you're rolling, you're rolling. So again, where is the motion coming from? So think about where the foot is. So these are all your heel bones and whatnot. These are your tarsals and these are your metatarsals. Tarsals, metatarsals, phalanges, sorry. Tarsals down here, metatarsals. The metatarsals can move, the phalanges can move, the tarsals should not. So if you put your foot, your hand around that ankle, that's about where your stability comes from. Okay, so you can see the fanning. Okay, all right. And then we did the toe cramp, right? So keep that toe pointed as long as you can, or crunched as long as you can. So I was doing this with one of my athletes who's suffering from plantar fasciitis last night. It cramps almost instantly. In that case, don't do it quite the strong push of the toes, so just a little bit, so that you start to strengthen those arch muscles. All right, so then you're going to take your band. And the important thing here is that the band is flat. So my toes are right, oops. My toes end right there, and I have a little bit of flap over. So this gives me room that as I do my scrunching, I can actually get some resistance on the toes. So how I pull changes the resistance. So you see here the tension in the band. So now look at how much easier it is to flare the toes. So I'm moving the metatarsals and the phalanges, but now I have resistance. I also have to control the release, right? Okay. All right, so let's try it. So we did gas pedal the first day. So you're pushing the ball of the foot out. You're curling the toes. So this is why the band needs to be over the toes. You lift the toes with control, and then you press through the heel. So push, or straighten, pull, and press. Yes, it is great to do this over the foam roller. I actually like this lying on my back with that leg up straight even better. Okay, one, it gets you to relax the upper body, better posture there. But two, it also starts to work on this hamstring. So as you're pressing through that heel, you get that nice strong stretch, right? And the foot's working against, it's weighted against gravity. So it's really quite yummy. But get used to the motions where you can see them and control them a little bit better. Okay, and then you do your fanning, and then you do your toe cramp exercise. Again, giving yourself some resistance now so that the intrinsic foot muscles get even stronger. Okay. All right, so the next one we're going to go to is inversion and eversion. So I'm going to do it without the band. I'm going to grab this guy again. All right, so we got the foot here. Okay, so inversion, sole of the foot rolls in. Eversion, sole of the foot rolls out. So the key again is knee stays still. All right, so knee is staying still, roll in, roll out. So just notice your natural tendencies. What do the toes do as you go out? So most people, their toes really flare and they really create that pull up. Okay, so that's my experience. It could be different. All right, so as you go in, I want you to kind of point the toe and get that big toe to curl under. Okay, I'm going to do this picture from the side here in a moment too. As you go out, keep the toes curled under, pull the foot towards you. So it's creating an arc, if you want to think about it that way. And again, ankle bone right here stays still. That's your tibialis and fibula. Tarsals are moving. Metatarsals are moving. Phalanges, not so much. They're just staying in place. So there is a muscle that comes across the top of your foot here. It goes to all the toes, called your EDL. It comes up into this lateral leg. So when the toes are doing the flaring, they are doing the primary work, and then your three peroneal muscles don't do the work. So when you have, sorry, I'll put them around, to keep the toes in that scrunch, then the peroneals do the work. Okay, so again, from the side, here we go. All right, so I'm going inversion, sole of the foot rolls in. Notice the ankle stays still. I'm turning, I'm pulling the toes down, and then out and up. So right at the moment, I'm just keeping the toes crunched. Okay, again, that strengthens the feet, which is good. We'll get into the EDL here in a minute. The extensor digitorum longus. Okay, so again, knee is staying still. You're seeing some calf muscle movement, but most of it is really on the side of my leg. All right, now I want you to add the toes flaring and see how that feels. Again, we're going to put the band on here in a minute, which is totally going to change what you feel, but this is getting the motion. And a lot of times this is what you need to do first before you can add the band. You got to understand what's going on. Knee is still, ankle malleoli are still. You're really getting the foot to mobilize. All right, so then the band goes around the foot. you're going to anchor it for resistance. So if I anchor with my other leg across the band, pushing in, I'm going to have resistance in that inversion. So pull in. Maybe that's a little too much. Okay, we'll release it a little bit. So now I'm getting resistance. So now I'm actually getting into posterior tibialis, anterior tibialis a little bit. Okay, I'm going to pause for a minute. I'm going to change my angle again. So you can see it from here. So I'm pulling in. So my legs are just crossed so that I have that stability and support. Okay, so knees, legs are staying as still as you can, just moving the foot. And then to get the other angle, we're going to have the legs parallel. Whoops, I got it. And then you're going to push out. And I would do a set personally without the toes. So let the toes stay curled. You're pulling up and towards you. And go ahead and release all the way down. Ooh, go ahead and release all the way into that inversion. So do a set with the toes curled, and then let the toes come back in. And again, the key is that knee stays still. Okay. Again, let's look at it from the side. I'm going to do the other leg so you can see it. And again, I'm used to this setup, so I can do it fast. So push out, push out. So here's with the toes helping. Push out. Notice the lower leg staying still. You're seeing these muscles. These are the muscles that we're working right here. Boom. And then the toes stay under. Push out and up. Push out and up. All right, so we're still getting into the feet, getting into the muscles that go into the lower leg. Because again, a lot of the muscles from here come up to here. So that's what we're focusing on. All right, so now go back and review this. Do the other foot. See how you feel. Give me a foot emoji if you've been here and you've watched, so I know that you're listening. So I know people are paying attention. And thank you for being here. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. I'll see you guys on Friday.